Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S, Jets, well before the gates opened here. And now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And away we go from East Rutherford. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Dell's got it near the sideline. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a first down. A give to Mixon up the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there's none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Trying again, following the set. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They aren't afraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. Boy, can it set a tone early.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. 1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun now, first round. And after the pick 6, it's another interception. Chuck Clark has it. And the Jets get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Motioning him from the slot right. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Here's Hall once more. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. 3rd down give to Hall. And we We just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll go for it. Rodgers. Conklin brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That big fourth down call is how we close out our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from MetLife coming right up. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Working quickly here. They give on second to Hall. And he's running forward, halted after a couple of yards. Christian Harris on the stop. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. Caught by Lazard. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Slot receiver headed left. On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Jets looking for a score before halftime. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 28. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Azeez Al-Shire has it. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Stroud. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And this is scooped up by the Jets.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hall takes it straight ahead. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. A give to Wilson running left. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers will look to throw. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. 3rd down coming up.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
Greg Zuerlein going to try to knock this through for the Jets. A very short kick here from the right hash.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. He stopped on the return at the 27. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. He's on the move. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Jets do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our 1st half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. We give to Hall on the draw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. They go right back to Hall. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now looking to throw with Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Davante Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets grow the lead coming out of halftime. Davante Adams, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Starting at the 10. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Chuck Clark.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Buys time, rolling right. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
Well, QB made something happen. He got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's a pickup of 9. And it sets up a Houston first. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by C.J. Mosley. And the Jets have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Paul running between the tackles. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now here's Rodgers. He spins right by him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense up to the line fast. Again, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down throw by Rodgers. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans have some new life in the fourth. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. To the air, Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. To find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. The shotgun and give to Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets 2 out of it, and it's going to be 4th down. One final shot here. Try and push it deep downfield. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the win goes to the Jets. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA
Loudspeaker let's go Steelers flexed biceps flexed biceps flexed biceps. Yeah, Steelers baby flexed biceps.
We'll see how that goes on Monday, my friend.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. The return starts from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud gonna throw right away. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They got the Eagles by 3.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 34-yard line. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the ground, it's Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Stroud to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to go backwards on that one. Taken down back at the 6-yard line. Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. What once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught by the tight end, Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
On the return from the end zone, here's Britton Covey. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the...
He's gonna tap out.
Nah. He at least has to
So
try.
they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
See how it goes.
First carry for Saquon Barkley.
Of course.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. 63.
Kurtz will work here from the pistol. This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Here's Barkley. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
second down throw for Hurts.
Fuck.
Oh, he's got a man. His tight end got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Hmm.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hurts to the air on first down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. He keeps it himself. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking all the routes manned up. There's nowhere to go with the ball. And next thing you know, he breaks the pocket.
I want to ask if I can make some art for your channel in Fortnite. Like logos, banner, animation, intro and outro, panels, emotes, stuff like that, etc. Can you drop your Discord in chat? Add me on Discord. Amond_005.
And get off the field. That's exactly what
All right, I appreciate it.
Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go here.
On the ground, and here's Mixon. And a strong first down run.
Shit, I got under 2 minutes.
Setting up second and short.
Hurry up. Ooh, thank you for that. No. I knew it. Creeped up. Oh my god.
And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return.
Yeah, I know,
when it
I know.
does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house.
Should have utilized my
Athleticism,
timeouts.
Some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Incomplete. He was looking for his tight end Dallas Goedert that time. And it'll lead to a second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
Look at that. Oh my god. That should have been mine.
Incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Fourth down, here's Hurts. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
3 tight ends in the game to start.
He was waiting for me to come out of the end zone.
They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. He'll work forward for a couple. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now, Stroud.
Oh, shit.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. On 3rd down, they'll go with Saquon. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Wow.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass. But give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
Once again, it's Barkley. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. Now Barkley. And he's going to go backwards again. They went to him twice in a row. The defense stops him twice in a row for loss. And now it's 4th down. Hurts now. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It's a big play on 4th down. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So the Eagles will use their first time out here.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, okay.
Five yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Here's Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. Now and he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jalen Hurts Philadelphia. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case,
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 7. Stroud. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. James Bradbury right there gets a hand on it to break it up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he puts his head down, and he picks up.
Yeah, it went weird. I had a guy open.
Here's Stroud.
X was wide open.
Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. The Philly faithful making some noise on their feet before third down. Now Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
They'll drop to throw. Downfield is Smith. First time
Dang.
his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down. A run with Barkley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Look at your prediction coming through. They're at least going to try for a field goal. Yep.
Barkley. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first time out here. Talk things over before third down. To throw is Hurts. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And the Texans are going to get the football.
I would have ran it maybe.
20-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10.
He had person face Bowman.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Had is the word.
They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Probably looks like we're gonna go to OT. I don't know. I don't want to take a shot just yet.
This is caught downfield. It's Dell. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
Let's see. Oh shit! Called the wrong play, dude.
First down for Houston. Stroud to throw.
No!
Here for Diggs.
I didn't see that guy in the middle.
And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws
goodness.
is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Uh-oh.
There's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is there.
Is not over.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum.
So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to win the game.
You were right. And it's over now.
Touchdown! What a finish! They win it on the final play. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team.
Are you serious, TF? Flush, face, flush, face, flush, face, flush, face, flush, face.
With that, we say so long,
We are
everyone.
live. It is serious. Very serious. Crazy. I'll give you another shot to watch me lose. We'll see that. I need a home game. I need a home field advantage.
Come on Steelers, flexed biceps.
Home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And a nice job there on special teams.
Patrick finna handle you.
15 as he's dropped at the 14. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Down the sideline he goes, and he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Mixon with a first down carry, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards. But no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Stroud. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down again. Michael Dana, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Yeah.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start the drive here with Pacheco, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. First and goal from just inside the 5. Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. Stroud to throw it. That is caught by Dell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Stroud. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Stroud looking to throw. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 78 yards. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry. And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing now is Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Will Anderson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Wow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man, Dell. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They find some open field here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now Stroud. And Diggs has it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Boom.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number 1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Mahomes to throw. Looking downfield for Kelsey. That is intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I'm surprised with the lead in a 1-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running in here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
Yeah.
At the 7-yard line. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Now Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Here's 2nd down. Mahomes gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one is right through. And they'll be celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gott. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
Damn.
Yeah. A little too late on that one. So what? I'm 1-2 for the day. We need a home game. That's what we need. definitely the home game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Santa Clara. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Again, it's McCaffrey. McCaffrey, 1st down and more. Down the sideline to the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown. They strike first.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here's Pierce for the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Charvarius Ward. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. And that just adds to the start for this one. They walk down the field to get the touchdown, and then the defense joins the offensive party, Greg. Each side has scored a touchdown early on.
Yeah, and you just can't draw up a worse start than this, Mike. I mean, not only to allow the opposing team to go down and score on their first drive, but then to follow it up with a pick six. You find yourself in a big hole here early. Do they have enough to dig their way out?
They'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Mixon. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's complete. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out, and the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Niners are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. Purdy. It is brought in the end zone. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here's Pierce for the return. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We are through 1. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. Here's Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On the ground, it's Mixon. Finding room to the 20. The speed on display. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. Yeah. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. They run once more with McCaffrey. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Christian Harris there on the stop. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap to Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the 49ers first down, and it's a big letdown there defensively. Somehow they allow them to convert on 4th and long. To throw, it's Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a first down.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
He runs with it.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. play fake. Now it's Purdy. Now he'll air one out. That is caught. What a throw. Kyle Juszczyk. Touchdown, 49ers. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. That's complete to Diggs. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Whoa. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Niners will extend their 3rd quarter lead. All right, Coach, thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Here's Pierce for the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the give, this is Mixon. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Stroud. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all of it.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That's taken in by Jennings. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To the goal line and in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly...
Oh, that was brutal. Can I get a home game, please?
We are approximately 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, Commanders Field in Landover, Maryland. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go in our nation's capital. And that's not going to be returned. Kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So first and 10.
Can't seem to get a home game, dude. Team's playing weird.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. They go play action. Daniels.
Oh, usually never blitz, but
incomplete on the deep ball.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Robinson up the middle.
Get out of here.
Before he's brought down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Off the play fake, Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Play action. Now it's Daniels.
No way, dude.
There's Noah Brown. He'll get this one down near the punting.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 45 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's first and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slam. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. After 1, 7-0 on the ace. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stroud looking to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert.
Fucking serious.
Every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they
Going
could
for it.
exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Oh, wow, blitz.
First down carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud.
No.
And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I didn't see that guy.
On the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
I don't think it's going to be there.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they are able to stop him, but he does
Kidding me,
take it
dude.
all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3-yard line, gotta love the effort.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Throwing now is Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
Oh!
He'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall.
Almost had a pick right there, dude.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw is Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
The throwing again is Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. There's the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McCoy. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't put anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
To the right side and caught by Dell. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Here now a 3rd down and 8. And Stroud now to throw.
No way, dude.
It's into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. After the toss, well executed there to find the space and then eventually get out of bounds after a good game.
And for the toss play to be that successful, you've got to control the edge. And oftentimes if you've got a tight end who can do that, that allows that toss play to get called often during a game.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jaden Daniels, a 12-yard touchdown run. And Washington has taken the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Stroud to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now at Commanders Field. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Stroud out of the gun here. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make the play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Daniels. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Damn.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud. Connecting with Mixon. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Nope.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 96 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game will breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're...
Touchdown, Washington. Zach Ertz, 27 yards. And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown will cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end the ball game, it's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. So a victory here for the Commanders.
Oh, I don't know. Should I run another one?
Really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in.
Oh my God.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It'll be Joe Mixon, born in nearby Oakley, California. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. from the gun to give to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Nick Bosa, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Texans send the punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Stephon Diggs, 30 yards. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Eluding the pressure right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. The throwing here, Purdy. And that's going to be Incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Back to throw, Purdy. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 3rd and 4. Purdy now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Buying time to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Stroud working out of the gun. That one complete. It's tanked down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 42-yard line, here's the second down and 4. Stroud looking to throw. Got his man, Dell. He's into space past the 25 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. Mixing up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon from 17 yards out. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few complete.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And down to the 41. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards. Here's Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Stroud taking a shot for Dell here. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Purdy bootlegging it.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Purdy looking to throw.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Let's end this drive with 6. That's it, boys. Let's get a few yards in this one.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Let's get some yards, boys.
Near his goal line, here's Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Stroud. Going deep for Diggs. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. 42 yards. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
What are you doing?
2nd and 11 at the 41.
Try to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Stroud looks to throw on the first play. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Falcons 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. This is fielded at the 7. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And Diggs has it. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll throw with Penix. This pass is caught by London.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Again, it's Stroud.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Stroud to throw it.
Flushed out right.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Looking deep here from Mooney.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. And we're going to get a timeout.
With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Back to the ground with Robinson. Oh, able to avoid him. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He's had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Penix.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Algier. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Falcons have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Inside handoff to Mixon.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Stroud out of the gun here. That's complete to Dell.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Stroud. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Stroud. That's caught by Davis. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
Stroud to throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Here's 2nd down. Stroud looks to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for two.
To throw is Stroud.
And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for two, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's first down.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll look to throw.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
That one deep for London.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.